Hey folks, Garrett Monroe here. I'm on my iPad Pro, and today I'm talking about how to set up your ePortfolio for design thinking. I want to run you through the basics of accessing your ePortfolio, setting it up, and even a preview of completing your first assignment. So the first thing is you're going to want to use Chrome, the Chrome browser. I can't emphasize this enough. If you end up using Safari, Mozilla, Google, Hiram app, something else, you might have issues. And so Chrome is key to making sure the ePortfolio is working well. Now, you might end up getting this error once you get to it, which indicates you're not using Chrome. I'm just showing you some troubleshooting steps up front. So you also want to check here in settings that your device is fully up to date. So here under settings, you can click on your name, and you want to make sure that your software is completely up to date. So actually I'm going to go down, not to name, but to general. And I can see here I do have a software update. So if you have a software update, that you do want to press through that. There was one that was released recently, especially if you start to get errors with your accessing your ePortfolio. But where to start? So that's some stuff up front. Basically, you're going to want to open up Chrome and then go to online.hiram.edu. This, of course, takes you to your Moodle course. And so once you come into your Moodle course, you're going to go ahead and locate design thinking. At this moment, it's hidden, but by the time you get this video, it'll be open. And so you'll be able to come down here and navigate to your ePortfolio access link. It's this green blob here, this link. You're just going to tap on that guy. This is the way you're going to normally get to your ePortfolio. First through Moodle, and then into here. Now, the first time you click here, you're going to have to click kind of an accepting of terms and getting started with your ePortfolio. Then after that, you should see a list of ePortfolios already shared with the course. And so you can see mine shared here. You can click on mine to view it, or you can see Nathan's from last year. These are just sort of samples you can see about how ePortfolios look, and you can kind of learn from each other. Eventually, once everybody in the course creates one, you can visit everybody's ePortfolio. So here's mine, just sort of by way of a sample. It's basically a website that you have complete control over. I uploaded some photos of my work in building my company, Sauna Rocket, which is kind of my example of how to do some design thinking, some personal aspects of what I'm interested in, and some academic interests I have. Up here, you can click on this navigation menu to navigate to other pages in the ePortfolio. So I'm going to go back to my tab here at the top, and I'm going to show you how to create your own. So the first time you create one, and of course, notice these buttons here show all my ePortfolios or manage templates. But the first time, you're going to want to hit this green button. It's going to open a new tab. And then it's going to show you templates shared with this course. And you should see Design Thinking ePortfolio Template Draft 2020 Template. And you're going to tap on that and click Use this template. Then at the very top, you simply click the blue Create button. Now, even if you already have an ePortfolio from another course, you want to create a new one here as well. So I'm creating a demo, DT ePortfolio 2020. And so select a name. You can also select a thumbnail, and you can do this later as well. Once you've got that all set up, you're going to want to locate at the very bottom of your page this blue Create button. And you can see when I zoom out, it begins to appear there at the bottom. Do you see that blue Create button? Sometimes on the iPad, you have to pinch and zoom out and in a couple times on your iPad to make that blue button visible. So just be mindful. See what I'm doing there? I'm kind of pinching. You can't see my hands, but I'm pinching in 2 fingers and then in to locate that blue Create button. So I'm going to go ahead and hit it. Now we're walking through. It's showing you as it creates the various sites. And you can see here the skeleton of your new website. So what's cool about this is it is a website that you own completely. You manage it, you're the administrator, and you're going to actually own it in perpetuity. So even after you graduate Hiram College, you're going to have access to this. And you can control who sees your ePortfolio. So here's the template, and it kind of walks you through different segments that we want you to fill out. So in particular, your first assignment for Module 1 is going to be fill out this first About Me page. And basically how this works is you simply tap on a section that you want to edit. So here, if I tap on this text box, I click on the Edit Text button, and I can come in here and I can simply add more text. I can also delete text and so forth. I can click the Move button to move this item around. I can change the size and so forth. I can delete it. All kinds of options here. So the first thing you're going to want to do, of course, is come up here and put your name in. There it is. And of course you can come in here and edit, the background image. If I hit the gearbox on any segment, I can adjust all kinds of advanced features, such as getting rid of that image if you want. You could just, of course, add a color if you want to do a green, something like this. It goes for down here as well. You can get rid of this grid paper. You can change the color of all these. You can also add photos. So down here we're asking you to add some photos to help your audience connect with your text. So to add any new element, you come down here to the bottom and you hit the blue button. And this gives you a lot of options for adding things. I normally just pay attention to these tiles down here. So here you can, of course, embed a link, such as a YouTube video. What's wonderful, if you click embed and you paste a YouTube video, it'll actually preview it as a YouTube video player, not just a link. So that's pretty cool. You could also just upload a file. Say I want to come in here and upload an image from my photo library. Now, of course, you can also take things from your file directory. Photo library. Let's see what we can find. I'm going to go ahead in here, and yes, there is my We Can Do It image. I'm going to do it as medium. Let's try that again. What did I do wrong? I think I clicked off. All right, here is the image. Done. All right, now I click upload at the bottom. Takes a moment to upload to Digication. And, sometimes this upload, you have to do it twice. It doesn't work the first time, as you just saw. Like with any technology, it's imperfect, and it needs a little bit of coercion and coaching and a whole big dollop of patience. So here's my image, and, I might write a little bit to tell folks why I like this image, what it means to me, and so forth. And so you have a lot of freedom here to introduce yourself and talk about why you took this course. What are your goals? Who do you want to be? And as I pointed out earlier, you can come back here and you will be able to visit your classmates' ePortfolios. So if I go to Nathan's ePortfolio from last year, you can get a sense of how he customized his ePortfolio. He did quite a bit of customization. He talked about where he's from, his family, why he took it, his personal interests, and of course, what inspires him. He talked about modern architecture. And you can even look at his coursework from last year in here. And you'll be doing the same. And you'll be asked to visit each other's pages and to comment on some of their notes and ideas. So certainly you could come down here to this dialog box next to the plus button, which allows you to leave a comment for anybody's site that you visit. And then they'll, of course, get a notification when they see that. Now, anytime you make an edit, you're going to get this yellow bar at the top, Publish Changes. So the first time you do it, it's going to tell you this, that you're sharing it with Design Thinking 2020. I'm going to go ahead and click Save Settings and Publish. If you don't publish it, we're not going to be able to see it. So make sure you do go ahead and publish it anytime you make an edit. And you need to publish every page you're editing. So if you go down here into the About Design Thinking page, right, you need to publish that one if you've made any edits as well. A note about Process Journal. So if you watch my syllabus video, you'd know about the Process Journal and the syllabus, the difference here between Process Journal and ePortfolio. If I click on this caret button, it opens up all the different blog posts we have set up. Now, be careful to make sure you're selecting the right page when uploading your blog post. We're going to periodically ask you to submit links for your ePortfolio on Moodle. Let me show you how to do that. So for your first assignment, you need to complete this About Me page and then share this URL with Moodle. And so submit this to Moodle. So I'm going to go up here and click copy. You can, of course, also use a keyboard shortcut. And then I come back to Moodle. I'm going to just go back to it directly here. I'm going to go back to the course. Then I'm going to go down to through Module 1, and I'm going to find my Assignment 1 submission link. Module 1, Assignment 1, here it is. I'm going to tap on that. Now, as an instructor, I can't go in here and submit something. But as a student, you'd come in here and you'd simply paste the link into the text box and click submit. And so then we're going to be able to access your ePortfolio through that link, and we know through this assignment submission that you've submitted it. So it's not enough just to edit the page, and share it. You're also going to have to submit the link that way. It's a simple copying of the URL. Now here's another important segment on your ePortfolio. If you come up here to the hamburger section or the 3-bar menu here at the top, you've got some options, the most important of which is settings here, the gearbox. So if you open that up, it allows you to edit the name of your site. You can select a thumbnail. I encourage you to do that so we can learn your face. So this is an online course, so this will help us get to know each other and connect more and certainly get into learning design thinking a little better. And then down here you can select who can see your site. It's by default set up just for students and faculty, including myself and Christopher Ryan. And you can also add additional people such as coaches or other individuals by simply searching in here. So for instance, if you wanted to add Dr. Mirose Huang, she's maybe your advisor, and you wanted to get a comment from her, you could simply type in Dr. Huang. Now you can also make this site public. So if I wanted to make this a public website, I would click on public, and now it's going to mean that anybody who visits my URL, say I want to copy that URL to somebody, anywhere online, Facebook, Instagram, etc., they're going to be able to see my new ePortfolio. You're probably not ready to make it public yet at this point, but just so you know. And I'm going to leave it back to private to me and with only people here shared. One last little note here is you've got this wonderful toggle button at the top, which allows you to see edit mode or published view. Published view lets you see what do your visitors see. So you can see it's a pretty sparse site now, but they basically can see everything minus the instructions and the extra menus. I open it back up, and now you can see the toolbars, the menus, and everything else. Okay, so that's a bit on ePortfolios, how to get one started, how to set things up, how to submit assignments, how to adjust sharing settings. Now, you might run into additional questions as you progress. Feel free to email me directly or post a question to the forum. One quick reminder, make sure you are using Chrome. 80% of people who have issues, the problem solved by simply using Chrome or making sure, in fact, that your site is published. So when you see that yellow bar, make sure you click Publish Now. I'll see you in the course. Thank you so much.